tranquil, a great way to end the day. I get to begin my day with watercolor and I get to end it. And watercolor is a very soothing technique to practice. So I enjoy watercolor very much, and I'm happy to see that I always have quite a few students in watercolor classes. So I'm excited. So with watercolor, I think it's very forgiving because you don't have to learn a lot of different techniques, and I think it's just an easier painting style to learn. I think it's also very soothing. Watercolor, something about water already is very soothing and calming, and I think that watercolor as a painting technique and hobby is very relaxing. I think most students would agree, I think, unless they have a little spillage, but we can always fix it. So with watercolor, it's easily fixable. So for watercolor, we do many different projects. I often do self-guided projects, so they can choose the objects that they're sketching first and painting. Landscapes are always good for watercolor. Skies and sunsets are always good. Anything organic, nature related are always good. Even animals, plants are always good for watercolor. Anything you want though, really. I mean, you can do characters. Watercolor is pretty vast in what you can do, but very forgiving too, I think. It's a fun one. So we have an art show, and it will be in April, and I'm excited to display not just watercolor classes, but we have Art 1, Art 2, Art 3, Advanced Art, Honors Art. We're gonna have a lot of cool and exciting projects. We just finished up some really cool paper mache projects in the Advanced Art classes, and we also have lots of more 3D art this year. We might have our fashion show. We have a fashion design class, so if anyone is interested in that, that's a semester, and watercolor is also a semester class. So we have watercolor 1 and 2, and those are semester classes. And then whatever you do with it outside is great too. You can even have some artwork at the art show if you want to sell it. If you get to that level and you want to sell your own artwork. But yeah, I invite everybody to take art. So don't think you're not going to be good. It's always fun to just practice and have fun. I call it therapy. It's art therapy, which is very useful today. So.
Pretty fun, like good if you're more of the creative type and you like art, but other than that, it's good class, good class. I feel like it has. It's made my art style grow a bunch, and it gives me a lot of time to relax, even through a really rough day. Probably my pomegranate piece, which is quite literally just a pomegranate, but it was fun and I quite enjoyed doing it. Just the art show. I help with it normally, but that's about it. Pretty fun. You'll like it. You'll really like it. Fun. Good. Awesome.